Hey everybody, I'm Justin Bohn.
I'm Mike Val.
And this is the Bohn and Zano Zone, where we are always on the lanes, off the charts, and on the mic. Hello everybody, and welcome back, Mike.
We're back.
We had a week off, and now we're back.
We are back. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good. Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of the Bohn and Zano Zone podcast presented by BuddiesProShop.com. It was a nice week off, but it's definitely good to be back.
It is. People were asking, where we were, what happened, and I said, no, Justin's out there on the lanes competing.
Yeah, we were. We didn't fall off the face of the earth.
Nope. Nope. Everybody is safe. Glad to report Team Bohn has made it back to New Jersey safely.
Oh yeah, it was a fun time for sure.
It was a fun time. So why don't we just go through like a little recap here? So Justin bowled the Teen Masters last week in Virginia.
Yep.
So how did it go, bud?
So for me, I finished 12th after 42 games. So I'm going to explain the format for everybody that doesn't know or who hasn't followed this event.
Yeah, this one's kind of unique. So you gotta.
This is definitely more of a. If you guys watched our last show with Machuga and Robert Smith, how he was talking about the skill bowling environment, this is definitely all about skill bowling. It is 42 games on two extremely low volume patterns with two extremely weak bowling balls. It's basically a polyurethane ball. Each competitor gets up to two of them. And basically you got to make them work on 5, 6, 7, or 8 mils. One short pattern, one long pattern. And it's all about shot making and making your spares. Day one is 6 games on the long. Day 2 is 6 games on the short. And then day 3 is 6 games on the mixed pairs, which is left lane is long and the right lane is short. After that, after 18 games, they cut to the top 25%, where they bowl 6 more games on mixed pairs. They cut to the top 18 in each division for 18 games of round robin match play. After 42 games is your champion determined.
Yeah, this was an old school, like 80s, 90s PBA format is exactly what this is.
It's a long week. And I got to Thursday after the first, I got to Thursday. We were done at 4:00, and I was exhausted, and I still had to be up at 8 a.m. on Friday to bowl match play.
Did it ever make you wonder, like, how your father did this every week for like 30 years?
Well, it was his living, it was his job. Instead of going 9 to 5 every week traveling to New York City, it was 8 till whenever on the PBA tour. So I mean.
But what I'm saying is a lot more physical than going to an office 9 to 5 every day.
Oh yeah,
that's what I mean. Yeah, but this is the only event I've ever heard of where you're forced to throw 2 bowling balls. That's it. So you can leave all your balls back in wherever you're from, and you're only bringing a tote bag basically with you.
Yeah, I mean, Brandon had his nice little 2-ball streamline roller. And people were making fun of him because he looked like a little 8-year-old walking into a bowling center, but it was pretty funny.
Well, Brandon did have the lead at one point, I saw.
Yeah, I think he had the lead after 12 games of qualifying. So Brandon finished 4th this week. And one thing I do got to plug, if you guys didn't follow along on the YouTube channel or my YouTube channel personally with all the vlogs, go check them out.
Yeah, they were pretty cool.
We had 6 different ones for each day, and It, it was so much fun, honestly. Just we stayed in a house with 3 or 4 of us. It was
Oh, so you rented a house. You weren't in a hotel. You rented a house.
no, we were in a house. It
Okay.
was Alex Horton, Tommy Burns, and then one of our friends from North Carolina, Harrison Martin, stayed with us. And we brought a Wii, set up the Wii, had some fun with that. Oh my god, there was just so much stuff.
I bowled the first ever Teen Masters in Akron. I think it was like
You're old.
90. Yeah, I am. It was like 97, 98 maybe. We
Yeah.
never did any of this stuff. Like I said to you the other night, I would love to go back in time, knowing what I know now, and be 17 or 18 years old and bowl one of these tournaments with you guys.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god, it would just be a blast.
Oh my god, I know. And just some of these events, no matter how you bowl, are always ones you look forward to because of the people that you get to see once, twice, 3 times a year at these big events and the memories that you get to make with them. And I said that to Mom at the end of the week. I said, Mom, I finished 12th this week and I had more fun off the lanes than I did on the lanes, being able to make more memories with everyone that I was with.
How many were in the field? And I know it's not like junior gold where it's really age division. So you're in the older division, obviously. So how many kids were in your division?
So the boys division had, I think, 169
between both of them.
Between the boys.
Okay.
Yeah. And then the girls, I think, had 60 to 70.
Okay. So it's like 250, 260 kids bowled this week.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, there were definitely a few people. And there was definitely some – he did a good job with the CDC guidelines and making sure that everything was safe. Everyone had to wear a mask. Bowling was the same way. If you've been following us and listening to us talk about Greg Tack's events, how you got to pull the mask down and then pull it back up after your shot. It was the same way.
Now, could you drink in the bowling center in Virginia? Like, could you get like a soda or a water, or you could?
Yeah, they had their snack bar was open, and then the food was open. Drinks were obviously you could bring in water bottles, I believe. So they were a little more laxated on that than they are here in New Jersey.
All right. So what's next on the Team Bohn schedule? And I know what it is. We'll let you plug it here. So what's next here for Justin? This
weekend we're bowling SYC in Indianapolis, where vlogs will be coming again because I had so much fun vlogging this weekend. Week.
You have to specify what SYC is. I know what it is, but some people may not know what SYC stands for. This
weekend is a Storm Youth Championship event where we bowl 5-game blocks on 4 different patterns, and it is a 20-game total pinfall format determines your champions. U18 boys and girls, U15 boys and girls, and then U12 boys and girls based on entries. So it's just another one of those fun tournaments that you get to see all your friends and make memories that we all look back at 20 years from now and go, wow, do you remember when we bowled that?
I do that with my friends, and the guys that I bowled juniors with are on tour now. So 20 years, you'll be doing the same thing. I can imagine it.
Oh, I know. So do you want to talk about what we got next?
Really? Yeah, we'll do that really quick. So first of all, I know you have an open challenge to somebody. So why don't you take the floor and make your challenge? Because this is a pretty good one.
So Stu Williams, I'm coming for you. We're going to be bowling a match. Basically, on our show, we're going to be bowling a match. I'm going to be hopefully at Halloween's, if not at another bowling center somewhere around here. And Stu will be down in Texas.
In Texas, yep.
I believe. So we'll be bowling a virtual match.
Yep.
And it'll be hopefully a fun time.
It'll be fun. You're going to do like a 3-game set against Stewie.
Who knows? We'll see.
I'll tell you what. I mean, they're pretty high up the podcast ladder.
Yeah, they're getting there.
They're getting there. I think we're in a close second to them, I would say. And I'll tell you what, if Barnes wants to shoe up, I mean, I got doubles partner, Justin. We can do we could do the 2 of us against Barnes and Stewie and see what they want to do. I'm not afraid of Barnes. I'm not afraid of Barnes.
I'm afraid of you.
Well, I bowled 3 times. Yeah, well, you know what, though? I did bowl last weekend. I did go 240 over for 5 last weekend. So
okay.
Yeah, I did strike a lot last weekend. And
now
so
I'm not as afraid.
Yeah, no.
Last time I saw you bowled 570 on house. So
yeah, but you couldn't slide either. I was sliding on flypaper, so you couldn't slide. I had some good footing. I struck for a lot. So that's it. So you were challenging Stewie Williams. That's gonna happen in the near future.
Yep.
And then next week we're gonna be doing Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday next week. So Tuesday we're gonna go back in time, I guess, right? We're going to go back in time Tuesday. Well, we're having story week, we're going to call it, right?
Oh, yeah.
So on Tuesday, we are going to have the first ever lane maintenance guy of the PBA, Lenny Nicholson, and the first ever player services director. So the guy who started the PBA truck, Larry Lickstein, for story time. And if there's any two guys you want to hear tell stories about life on the tour, these are the two guys you want to hear it.
Oh my God, I know.
Yeah, so I think what we're going to do Tuesday is just introduce them. We're going to mute ourselves and just say, guys, have at it, and just talk.
Oh, yeah. That's all we need. I'll probably get up, go to the bathroom, take a nap, come back, and the show will still be on 8 hours later.
Exactly. That's Tuesday. Now, Wednesday, a dear friend of our show, Charlie Tapp, he had suggested having the story time. So what we did was we reached out and we got Charlie Tapp. And then the legend himself, Mike Albee, said, well, I need to be involved in this. So Mike reached out to me, and then I reached out to Tapp. So we're going to have 3 tour guys from the 80s tell their stories. So it's going to be Mike Albee, Charlie Tapp, and then Joe Hutchinson from PA. And everybody says Hutchinson was like the Mike Miller, like the crazy guy back then. So, yeah, so this is going to be a good one for Wednesday. And then I'm sure
again we'll be muting ourselves and letting them talk because
correct.
That's what we do.
Correct. So I'm sure we'll have other celebrities popping in on Wednesday. One resides in your house. So we're going to have fun Tuesday, Wednesday. Thursday, we can't do the 80s without doing the 90s, right?
Yeah.
So on Thursday, confirmed for Thursday, 90s, I guess, amateur stories, because this is these guys we got coming in on Thursday. I mean, are there anybody better in the amateur scene from these guys that we have?
Not really.
Robert Smith coming back. Chris Barnes coming back.
Okay. All right.
Chris Vialli. Now, not a lot of people may know who Vialli is. So Vialli is a legend in the New England area.
Yeah.
He's a PBA 50 guy now, I believe. And he made a show last year at Hamilton, his first PBA 50 stop. And Vialli was a big amateur guy. I think he made a show at the High Roller years ago, and he was actually on the team that beat Barnes for the national championship, so we can get into that. And the last guy joining us is one of our favorites. Is there anybody more like a spark plug than this little guy that's going to come back and talk to us?
Than Timmy Mack? Timmy
Mack. Is there anybody that brings the fire more than Tim Mack?
No.
So that's what we got for next week. So, and with that one, we have other people that are probably going to be popping in and out as well. So, good stuff next week. We're back in full swing. So, without any further ado, Justin, why don't we get it going?
You want to get this thing started?
Yeah, we got this thing started. I feel like I'm the chaperone tonight because I'm the old man here. So, why don't you have at it? Bring on our first guest.
So, our first guest, ladies first, obviously Teen Masters champion because she's on the show. Winner of Junior Gold last year in U17, past member of Junior Team USA, and someone who's bowled in the Men's U.S. Open last year out of the PTQ cut, attending Vanderbilt University this fall, Caroline Thesier.
I feel like you got to bow down. That's royalty there, Justin.
That list could have gone on, but I had to make sure the show ran less than an hour. Caroline, how you doing tonight?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm all right.
We're hanging in there. Thank you for coming on, champion.
Yeah,
the right way to say. So, how did it feel beating up on this guy all week in Virginia?
It was good. It was fun. I love that event. It was good.
So, basically, what's it like after finishing last year, being able to call yourself the champion?
Oh, it's a great feeling. After last year, it was crushing, to say the least, with what happened. So to come back this year and finally finish in the top spot, it was almost like a weight off the shoulders, a relief. It felt so
was good. One more check off of the list.
Exactly, the final check.
Well, what happened last year?
So last year I bowled, and I bowled fairly well. I led 4 out of 7 rounds or something. And I went into the position round in first, but I was only 20 pins ahead. So it was just whoever won the match won the event. And in the 10th frame, I went light and left a 2 pin to lose. So it was very hard to handle, hard to take.
Yeah.
Well, she got it back this year.
I can say that.
Leading in qualifying, leader going into match play, and leading the tournament by a mile. And there was a rumor going around that your dad was keeping the scores from you during the entire tournament, and you had absolutely no idea if you were in first by 800, 400, or 10.
Exactly. Yeah, I had absolutely no idea.
So what was going through your mind going into that last game, having absolutely no idea at all?
Well, it was kind of weird. So like before that last game, I had no idea. And then during the little break, people started saying things to me. And so I kind of started to figure it out. Like I had a couple people congratulate me and say like, we're not staying for the trophy ceremony, but great job. And I kind of started putting 2 and 2 together. But I went into the last game with the mindset of like, I still have one more match to bowl. I'm here to win. I'm not going to stop now kind of thing.
Okay. What's the scoring pace out there? I mean, I know the patterns are kind of hard with the low volume, but like, what was the scoring pace?
For the girls, it was a little bit lower. I think I averaged 194, and I think the next highest average was 188.
Okay.
So it was fairly low compared to the boys, I believe.
Yeah, going into the last 2 games, she said, we were all talking, we were looking at the scores and said that she literally could have bowled about the first 3 frames in game 41 and bowled 0 for the last 17 frames and still won the tournament.
Yeah.
I think it was like it was close to 500 going into like the last 2 or 3 games.
I think it was 480. Yeah, it was right there.
And you get bonus pins when you win a match in match play?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god. So she kind of went beep beep, bye-bye. She just blew past the field.
16 and 2 and said, everybody just stay where you are because I'm just gonna go like this.
Just take notes.
just watch.
Exactly.
Just watch because this is the Caroline show.
So I have a question for Caroline, Justin.
Go ahead.
So I want to ask about the equipment. So if I may, Justin, I know if we're going out of order. I'm sorry if we are.
It's okay.
So, I mean, this is the only event that I've ever seen where everybody's using the same ball, basically. Like you're getting 2 balls or 3 balls, whatever you guys got, and you're on this stuff. So, I mean, is it harder for you knowing that, or is it a little bit easier that you don't have all the technology? Like you're relying on your skill, like something you're never going to see before.
Yeah, I mean, I personally really like only having 2 bowling balls and then everybody having the same. I think it kind of separates who has the skills to, elevate their game. When things get tough, you can't just change bowling balls. You have to change speed or axis or stuff like that. And so I really like it. I think it helps separate everyone. I've always really liked it anyway.
Justin, it sounds just like what Machuga said 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, I can agree with that because these bowling balls nowadays are so technologically advanced that anyone can really put up a big number, like what Machuga said last week. But now with these bowling balls, I mean, you're basically going back in time to like the 80s with these bowling balls that we got a bowl on 6 or 7 mils, and compared to the PBA Tour, that's like they put out 25 to 35.
How long were the patterns?
The long was 42 feet and the short was 32 feet.
Wow.
So, and on top of it, every pair was different in that building.
Really?
Oh my god, yes.
You went to every pair and had no idea. There was one pair where I was bowling a match play and on the right lane was short. And I like bucket the first shot I threw, moved to half right, 3, 6, 7, 10, went a half back and 2 pinned.
Okay, hang in there. So you got a little over under.
Yeah, great job. Way to go.
Now, Caroline, I watch Justin watch the vlog because that's all I do is follow this kid's career here through his vlogs. How are you able to, I'm going to ask the both of you. So I watched Justin. It looked like he played out on both of them. Were you out on both of the patterns too? I mean, obviously on the short, but were you
I was
out
on the short? The long, I was, depending on the pair, I mean, I was I was pretty far to the right for what you'd consider a 42-foot pattern. Yeah. I was up like 6, 7 most of the time.
Yeah, I think it was definitely topography or pair dependent, because there were some pairs that like I was watching Bryce, and he had literally left a 4, and he was throwing it to left of 4 down lane, and I had that on the right too, where I was throwing it right of 4. Then anything left of it, didn't see it.
And you guys must have got caught in your own transition eventually, because
honestly,
the balls aren't the balls carrying it down. They're not really sucking the oil up, right?
Honestly, it wasn't really that bad.
Really?
And nowadays, it's you 4-pin it, and it's like 4 and 2 left.
Yeah.
Or 3 and 2. And this week, they were like 1 or a half. And it was like, I really never noticed a transition. It was kind of just what I felt like was there. When I would look at a pair and go, okay, I need to play more of the hold where my ball needs to be like 5 to 8 down lane or 1 to 4. And it would just be where I felt like playing that game. Honestly, I don't know if it was the same for the girls, but that's what I felt like we saw.
Yeah, it wasn't, you didn't see very much, especially on the girls' side, I think I moved in one block. The most I moved was maybe 2 boards.
Yeah.
It wasn't.
Now, are you guys combined in the cross, or like the girls are on one side of the house and the boys are on the other side of the house, or are you mixed up?
In qualifying, normally at this event, the girls and the boys are separated, but due to everything going on in the world right now, it was basically, okay, we're going to put areas together, or people who are staying together. So like me, Bryce, Tommy, and
so like your roommates cross together basically.
Right. And Brandon and Sydney bowl on the same pair.
Okay.
So like, and then once it got to match play, it was separate them.
Obviously. So Caroline, you made the cut out at the men's US Open.
I did.
Harder or easier tournament? I mean, now the US Open's brutal, obviously, and this is pretty close to brutal with the equipment and the patterns. Which one? I mean, obviously you took the win here, but which one holds a closer place to your heart?
Ooh,
yeah, I got her, Justin.
I think
got her, buddy.
I think Teen Masters has a bigger place in my heart just because I've been doing it for so long. But I think the more difficult one, at least for me, was the US Open, just because I had no idea what to expect. Like, it was nothing like I'd ever done before. I was not ready for it, like, at all.
Yeah, I mean, when you talk about 2 complete opposite ends of the spectrum, one's a youth tournament, one's an adult tournament.
Oh, absolutely.
One is only plastic balls, where your moves are, she said she moved 2 boards in 6 games, where there are games on tour where 2 boards is 1 frame.
Yeah, you're moving arrows
at a time.
At a time, exactly.
So it's literally 2 complete opposite ends of the spectrum.
But it's good though.
Yeah,
they're both they're both good.
So one last question: are you a fan of the round robin match play format, the 18 games, or do you like to see more of a bracket, like something you'd see at Junior Gold?
I love round robin.
Okay.
If I could do round robin everywhere, I would. That's my favorite way to do match play.
I kind of like it too. And I wish we saw it a little bit more here, honestly. We bowl about 3 games of match play in every tournament, and with 30 bonus spins, and that's about it. And that's a step ladder. And I like the match play.
Me too.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, you can get right into your opponent's head and
bring it on. And in a bracket, when you look at it, like, you could have literally the second highest score in the building and lose.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Or round robin, you bowl everyone, and the matches will even out eventually.
And it kind of builds it up too. If you're bowling like 42 and then you go to like a top 5, and let's say, she trips the 4 to beat you in, game 37. Well, when you get her in the top 5, you want to give her the business if you trip a 4. So it kind of makes that rivalry like build up for the finals too,
Oh yeah. When you've got longer formats in general, stuff like that always comes out towards the end.
So Caroline, are you going to the SYC this weekend as well? What's on your plan for the rest of the calendar year?
I'm going to SYC, but I can't bowl because I am too old now. But I'm going to be volunteering.
Wait, whoa, hold on. Too old. Yeah. Justin's my youth expert here. Please clarify this for me, Justin. Why is she too old to bowl in this SYC?
So the USBC age
that's right.
rule
18, right?
Is now U18. So you had to be 17 and under on July 31st.
Okay, so there's a cutoff.
Under 18 on July 31st. So now instead of 19 and under or under 20, now it's under 18. So there are literally kids that lost like 3 years.
So basically, you can't bowl juniors till like you're 21 anymore, right?
Yeah.
Is that what you're saying?
I think that there's going to be a junior gold for U20 or U21. Mm-hmm. That is the week before, and this whole thing pertains to safe sport, the over and under 18 thing.
Mm-hmm.
So,
and I did happen to see a Vanderbilt shirt on Caroline. So, is that where she's going this year? Your first year?
Yes, this is my first year. Very soon.
All right. Well, you're good. That is one hell of a program there. Josie does a great job with the girls out there. So we expect big things from her, Justin.
Oh, yeah. With the long list of titles and things that she's won and bowled and done.
Well, look at the wall behind her, dude.
I don't know if I see more stars or more medals on the wall.
Yeah, I mean, seriously. I mean, it's kind of, it's like talking to Weber, basically.
All right. So, Caroline, we want to wish you the best of luck at Vanderbilt this year. Yep. And congrats again on winning Teen Masters, and thanks again for joining us.
Stay safe, Caroline, and best of luck. And there goes champion number 1, Justin.
Yeah, that was a fun time. It was definitely more of an insight, especially on the girls' side, of this great event.
Yeah, and now we're going to bring on this guy roomed with you guys this week?
No, not quite, but basically.
So you spent a lot of time with this guy this week.
Yeah, on and off the lanes. We bowled the first 24 games together. We went out to eat like 8 times. We played mini golf together. I mean, there were so many different things that we did together, and I'm glad to see him come out on top. So, introduction. 3rd place finisher at Junior Gold in 2018, 2019 Danny Wiseman Scholarship Tournament winner, beating yours truly. Attending University of Pikeville starting in the fall, Bryce Oliver.
Now, we talked to Bryce the night of the Strike the Night thing, correct?
Yes, we did.
And I believe I told Bryce, good job on beating you in Danny's tournament. So, Bryce, welcome back. It is a pleasure to have you back, buddy.
It's good to be back.
It's good, but we like to see people that give it to Justin. I love you, Justin, but it's always good, you know?
Really?
I have that. I'm the comedy of the show, Justin. You're the serious one. I'm the comedy one here. So.
Oh yeah.
All right. So Bryce, welcome back, bud. So congratulations. And so Justin, fire away. You watch this guy bowl basically all week. So
I'm gonna start off with what's it like to be the last person standing at this event after finishing 2nd last year?
It's incredible. It's honestly incredible because last year my parents weren't able to travel to this tournament last year, and I finished 2nd, and it would have been cool to win, but my parents weren't there. So for them to be able to travel and watch me win that tournament, and especially with everyone else around me, it made it just as special. And honestly, it kind of brought tears to my eyes because it was so cool.
It was hard to watch.
I could tell but yeah, it was really great to win that in front of my family and all my friends all at the same time.
Oh yeah. So Bryce, I got one question before this is one's a little off topic. Did you get a haircut?
Yes.
Jesus.
I got it at about 11 o'clock this morning.
Okay, because he looks bald on the side of his head. And I was just like, I saw him like 3 days ago. His hair wasn't that short. All right.
Yeah,
anyway, so you're near the top all week. Then going into the last game, it was the exact same situation as last year. Bryce was leading the tournament by 7 pins going into the last match over Julian Salinas. And this year he was leading by 7 pins going into the last match. And for those of you who haven't seen the last game, we're going to show you because it's in the vlog.
That's sick, though. They're the exact same scenario 2 years in a row.
What's even more scary is how it was literally the exact same. like 41 games you look at how someone could have separated or gotten so close. It was literally 7 pins again.
Now, was it the same guy?
Same guy was leading. Yep.
So is the exact same opponent too?
Yeah. So
Jesus.
And what made it even crazier that we bowled in game 17.
yeah, they bowled each other the game before too, and Bryce was in the lead by about 40 or 50, and Julian beat him the last game, and
then
closed the gap.
18 is the position round, I guess.
Yeah.
All right.
So
Jesus.
for those of you who haven't seen this, this is one of the most intense last matches of a tournament I think I've ever seen.
Now, Justin, you're going to play this. We can comment. Can I make comments during this?
Yeah. So, question:
All right.
Do we want the sound on or off?
Do we have to censor it out? I mean, do we have some expletives flying there? Okay.
I'll
maybe
turn it down so we can talk over it. How about that?
Yeah, because I haven't seen this, so I'm
Okay.
gonna have a lot to say. Obviously.
All right.
Do we slow the pace of this down, Justin? At all? Here we go.
Yeah. There you go.
All right.
And Bryce said this was the hardest pair he bowled on all week too.
Yeah, I didn't get a game over 192 on there.
And now this is long short, so shorts on the right. You said, Justin?
Yeah. Shorts on the right lane, longs on the left lane.
He's kind of playing them the same, actually.
Yeah.
Looks like he's playing them the same.
Julian's getting a little further right on the short.
Is
Right.
Julian is he the kid from like Las Vegas, Justin?
He's from Texas, from Houston area.
Who am I thinking of? The kid from Las Vegas. That's pretty good.
I don't know.
Or California. I don't know.
Oh, Solomon.
That's the guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like he's kind of playing them the same.
Yeah, he had him somewhat close.
Oh boy.
Oh, this is great.
Oh good God.
So he does that in the 5th, and then gets a little unfortunate with a blower 10 there. Obviously,
All
you couldn't see it, but
Yeah.
the shot he nosedived, he got it back right there.
And you
So he
said
gets up and makes that spare, and they're still shot for shot dead tied.
now, Bryce, you said that you didn't bowl 190 on this pair.
I think my high game on this pair all week was like 191.
Well, way to find it, man.
Because the middle pairs always play tighter all week. And they just got tighter and tighter. So I thought this pair was going to be tighter, and it hooked away more, which was really weird.
I know this is a weird question, but how many lefties were in the final 18?
I think 3.
So you kind of had fresh moving pairs in match play. Sort of.
For the most part. It was
Sort
just
of.
the topography of the center. It really made it.
Yeah.
So going up in the 10th frame, he strikes out in the 10th for 279, and at worst he could have tied the game if with all 3, and because he was in the lead by 7, he needs all 3 to win the tournament. With 279 out in the 10th,
I almost thought
as he barely gets the 5 out there.
for the second year in a row.
So think about that. I mean, how unreal is that?
Yeah,
They
exactly.
went shot for 279, and when you think about it, these guys are averaging high 200s to 210.
I'll ask the same question. What was the scoring pace with you then on the guys' side? You said it was like 210, you said?
Yeah, the guys' side, it was the averages range from 200 to 210 roughly.
Okay.
And there were some matches that were won with 240, and there were some matches that were won with 170 or 180.
You just had to find a good pair, basically. If you had,
that was the big thing all week was the pair that you bowled on.
So if you caught a pair, a good pair, you had to find a 240 on that pair.
Yeah.
And then a sloppy pair, you got to find 175 and win, basically.
Yeah.
Jesus.
So
It's the grind.
after just watching that, what is going through your mind going into the 10th frame, knowing that you need all 3 to win the tournament?
Just you got to stay calm, because I usually get fast. Like, my body gets fast when I get adrenaline. So I sat there for like an extra 5 to 6 seconds and just said, stay calm, just throw it and just pray that they all fall over and make the best shot you can. The first one was really good.
Yeah.
The second one of the 10th, I was like, I rushed it and I got really, really lucky.
Yeah, I tripped the 5 at the 5-10, right? Or the 5 pin.
I thought that was flat 7. So I was like, oh, this is weird. But
you got just enough in that light mixer zone that it struck.
Mm-hmm.
He aced the 12th. He aced the 12th one.
The 12th one was in. So, but I was like, just
you heard 2 or 3 people yell go or push.
Really?
I screamed it because I got that in and I thought it was game over. I was like, man, he can strike out and win, but it carried and I didn't even know what to say. I just exploded.
Oh, you have to at that point.
Yeah.
How many times have you watched that 10th frame since you won over the weekend?
Since the video came out, like 7 times. 7 or 8 times.
Yeah, this vlog was posted last night, and he's already watched it 7 or 8 times.
Well, I wouldn't. So I'm going to ask him the same one then. So, what's your thought on the event with the whole? You can only use 2 bowling balls. The whole field's equal.
Or like, what's your favorite part of the event as a whole?
Yeah, that too.
Definitely the match play format. It's just a grind.
Okay.
It's just a grind. Mm-hmm. Even though this was only my second year bowling this event, it was just a grind. That's
a really good average, first and second.
Yeah.
Yeah, you think?
It's the best part of the tournament because you have no idea who's gonna come out of 15th and go from 15th to 4th in one block. Like someone could come out of nowhere and change the whole aspect of the entire tournament and one out.
And so then, what is your opinion about the equipment? And obviously, you only get 2 bowling balls, and they're exactly the same, and they are not even close to modern when you look at today's technology.
Close. I love it.
Okay.
Even though I love the new equipment, but when I got the Boulder tournament last year, I loved it because it's you and your ability to make adjustments, the small ones that need to be made, and hand positions, ball speed. Like, it's just you and not given ability to throw a bowling ball.
It's like having your A game and then a B, a C, and a D game.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's like watching modern games today with the higher rev rate and the higher ball speed bowl in the 80s.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
That's basically what it is.
You're right.
And it's literally how this or that can make a difference. This or that can make a difference. Like your hand position, ball speed, and your spare game, they all play such a huge factor, and that's what makes it a grind.
Especially in something like that, if you can't make a spare, you're going home in 18 games, obviously.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think if you can't make a spare on that, you should go home in like 9, because you're not going to have the blocks that I had at the beginning of the week every single time. It's not possible.
Yeah.
It's not possible.
What'd you shoot the first 6 games?
14-16.
I'm sorry, 14-60.
14
for 6.
Yeah.
16. Yeah. But still.
Hang in there.
Over 200 over at least.
Yeah. And it doesn't, and from what Justin has described, it doesn't seem like you're finding many 5-timers in that tournament.
No, because you got to get the good pair at the right time and take advantage of it.
I caught 5 of them because game 6 was like 196. I caught 5 good pairs. I didn't catch 5 good pairs in a row until like the last day. Those last 6.
That's insane.
Because I came back and went 23 under day 2, and I missed the same amount of makeables, but I threw no 8-baggers. I went from 14-16 to 23 under, and I missed the same amount of spares. I missed 4.
4 for the block.
4 for the block. 2 days in a row. I threw no 8-baggers. 2 completely different numbers.
Yeah, I'm just glad that I can shoot spares one-handed, because I could imagine how impossible it is to shoot a spare two-handed on that tournament.
It was so stressful. Shooting a 7-pin was honestly harder than throwing 3 in an attempt to win the tournament, because I know I make one minor mistake shooting a 7-pin, I'm probably going to – the ball will look like I'm shooting a 5-pin.
You would probably rather shoot a 6-8 than a 7-pin on that.
You 100% because I actually made one throughout the week. I actually made it throughout the week.
Dude, it's nuts.
I don't know. I don't know what to say. Like, this is an event. I wish they had this for the adults. I mean, this is a great idea and a great format.
And I'm not saying that it needs to be a specific bowling ball, but it's got to be, you list T-zone, white dot, ice,
Maxim,
go.
Whatever. Yeah.
Or a ball made before 1990.
Yeah, like, even
that.
just like a regular urethane or plastic only.
Yeah.
And then really just make the pattern to what's going to be in your hand.
Yeah, and
make it as weird as possible.
Like Justin, you remember they did that with they had the plastic ball tournament on tour.
Yeah, they had the plastic ball. Yeah, I remember that.
It was 2 or 3 years. It was great, and then it just stopped.
Yeah,
like, I'm not saying maybe.
Then it became a smaller event. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not even saying like doing like the scale of the PBA, but if you did that like locally, I'm sure that would probably spark a lot of interest.
Yeah.
Just say, hey, you can bring 2 balls in the center. They got to be plastic or urethane. That's it. I really wonder if that would work.
Mike, you're running King of the Hills. Make it happen.
I would bowl it.
Well, yeah, but you're a little bit far from where I am, Guy. That's the only problem.
Yeah, whatever.
Well, if there's a lot of people that show up, of course.
Will you be bowling Parker's tournament at the end of the month?
I would, but I'm too old.
That's another one. Oh, those rules suck, Justin. Pardon my French, but these rules stink.
Yeah, I won't be bowling, unfortunately.
I was like, last year, I was like, all right, I got a few more years, and now I'm like 1 year. I'm like, this is my last year, and we're less than a month away. What? Where did that go?
2 years ago, I thought I had 3 left.
So this guy's done now, right? So Bryce is completely done with the Teen Masters. He's bowled it twice. He has a runner-up and a champion. That is nobody's beating that one. Sorry, there's nobody that's a touchdown. Yeah,
he's got a good average.
He went out on top. Like, you guys should have carried him off the approach on your shoulders. What you should have done.
Well,
we had stronger people. If we had stronger people with us, I think we could have made it happen. If we had like 4 Anthony Nyers, I think we could have made it happen.
Yeah. Oh, he's pretty big.
Oh no, you only needed one of him. He could pick Bryce up.
So what's on the Bryce calendar now for the rest of the year? Going to Pikeville. I know Pikeville all too well. So what's on the calendar, man?
I don't know. Kind of with the college season being postponed until the new year, I'm kind of just going to be just going to college, practicing. Just
now, both of you have to help me here. So with you being ineligible to bowl some of these youth events, does that mean that you automatically just turn your status over to bowl the men now?
Yeah.
So basically, you can bowl any event you want, and you can claim the prize money now. It will not affect your smart account.
No.
Interesting.
And it's like just for those people that are going into college now, basically. At least most people, that's the way it is.
Yeah. I know of a couple people that are still of age to bowl junior gold. I don't know. It's like a handful. That's pretty much it.
Yeah, it's nuts.
And so the SYC, is that like the last big one for the year then on the junior side?
No.
We got the PBA stuff too. We got the PBA stuff they're starting.
Yeah, so SYCs they run 6 or 7 throughout the entire year.
Mm-hmm.
I know that there's obviously this one this weekend. There's one in Wichita the weekend after my dad's tournament. Mm-hmm. There's one probably in October. There's probably one in November.
Okay.
There's still going to be stuff to bowl, but obviously, like Daniel Wiseman's youth tournament got canceled. Bowl for Life event is still going on.
That was my next question. Chuck's is still going on.
Yep. The Billy Gaston's big team event that he runs, the Mid-Atlantic Youth Team Challenge, that was canceled for this year, and he's putting it all towards next year. Mm-hmm. I think more events will pop up as centers start to open, and I said that right away. Yeah. I said that when this thing closed, when centers closed down, and we were 2 weeks in. I said when things open back up, things will start to pop up out of nowhere.
No, you're right. They are going to boom.
Yeah.
They're going to boom.
All right, Bryce. It was great talking to you. Congrats again.
Yes.
And we look forward to seeing you soon. And best of luck at Pikeville.
Yeah, man. Good luck to you. Stay safe, and we'll chat soon.
Oh yeah, thank you for having me.
You got it, buddy.
Thanks, Bryce.
So Justin, in talking to the two champions here tonight,
Yes.
this really got my gears grinding here.
Oh boy.
No, I'm serious. So I no, and we've kind of gone off the path of interviewing bowlers, like with Machuga and Smith. We really got into like more of the game. And,
yeah, it was more of a discussion.
Exactly, more of a discussion. Tonight was more of a discussion, and both of them, Caroline and Bryce, both had different views on the equipment and the pattern and all that stuff. So I have an idea.
Oh boy.
For a show, and I think it's another discussion.
Okay.
And there's one person that we could bring on, and there's nobody I think in the world more knowledgeable about lane patterns, lane play, topography, equipment. Absolutely. Because no, I'm serious. I'm really fascinated by taking the bowling balls from like 30 years ago and putting them on this. It's like exactly what you said. It's like bowling in the 80s.
Right.
I would love to get his thoughts on this, and maybe like, how you could attack something like this. Like I don't know how to read a lane graph. That's completely Chinese to me. Maybe we could do. I swear to God, I don't like. If I saw a lane graph like this, right?
Yeah.
You tell how it is. Like I could say, okay, there's more in the middle, there's less outside, but to me, it's like Chinese.
Wow.
So yeah. So maybe
that's a huge thing to know. If you know how to look at it and actually read it and understand what it's saying, I find it super beneficial.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. You can find out like where the break point is and where they stop and they buff it. Like I have a general idea of how to read it, but not to the extent like what John knows and whatnot.
Right.
So maybe we could work on after story week, getting like John to come on and have, like a Q&A with him and, okay, John, here's a lane graph. What would you be looking for? How would you attack this? What are the signs and whatnot? And then bring this up to him, because this tournament is absolutely incredible.
Yeah.
It really is.
I like the fact that it brings the skill environment back.
Absolutely.
I mean, I'm looking at this SYC thing this weekend. I actually went to practice on some of the patterns for 2 or 3 hours today.
Mm-hmm.
And it was unbelievable to me how it was, okay, throw one ball at this time. You've got another ball that you can start with as well. And when they break down, you got to go to this ball and do this.
Okay. Now, what are you bowling on this weekend? Obviously, you're not bowling on the China. So are they dead impossible? Or are they what are you looking at for this weekend?
I've got the patterns right here that I will look at. So there's a short SYC pattern that is 37 feet with 27 mils.
All right, so they're kind of souped up a little bit.
Yep. There is a medium pattern that is 41 feet and 26 mils. There is a 43-foot pattern that is 26 mils. And there is a 46-foot pattern that is 26 mils.
What's the ratio? Are they like 3-to-1, 2-to-1? Are they really flat?
The last one, the long pattern, is 4.16 to 1.
Okay.
The third pattern I mentioned is 5.53 to 1. The medium pattern is 4.4 to 1, and the short pattern is 2.44 to 1.
Wow, that's going to be flat.
Yeah.
That one's going to break down to be pretty flat.
Yeah, so I mean it's a variety of patterns, and it's going to be fun.
Yeah, and it's still going to require skill, but now you're putting 20/20 in your hand instead of plastic in your hand now.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure.
Now, will the two hands come into play this week with you?
Probably.
Yeah, and I saw you did something. I saw one of your shots last week.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was impressive.
It was a test. It was kind of a test, but
you look good.
This weekend specifically, two-handed, I got to learn to put my thumb in it, and I got it. I got it in. I got it in the first knuckle, so it's legal.
Well, and that's what Robert was saying too. You don't have to put your thumb all the way in, right?
No, it's just got to be the first knuckle. So it's going to be legal. I've worked it out countless times, and it's gonna come into play the way it comes into play. I mean, if the right people break them down the right way, and there's a spot to throw it to, it's gonna be there.
Yeah.
So
and
I'm excited for it. But Mike, there's one last thing that I want to talk about, and then we're gonna have to wrap this one up.
Go ahead.
So, for those of you who have been following, we've been talking about the Parker Bohn III Junior Scholarship Tournament, Labor Day weekend, and I can't even say Labor Day weekend anymore because it's now 6 days.
It's Labor Day week.
September 2nd to the 7th. If you want to sign up, go check out parkerbohn3.com. There is a link to sign up online. But the big thing this year, it is now a qualifier for the PBA Junior National Championship, where 2 boys and 2 girls will come out of the U18 boys and girls division, and I'm stoked. I'm excited.
Do you get anything better than that? I mean, seriously.
No, I mean, you look at one of the premier youth events in the country, and you now have a chance to qualify for the PBA Junior National Championship. Absolutely insane. It's great.
It is, and the way to qualify with the name on the event, I mean, it gets no better than that. There's no better than that, and this thing has been the 21st year, right?
21st year, yep.
And I look back at it. I bowled the first 2 when it was just a Friday, Saturday, Sunday. It has become leaps and bounds. It is awesome what you guys do for this tournament. It is absolutely amazing.
We've got guidelines to follow from the state of New Jersey and CDC that we have put into place just to make sure things are safe. Like the max capacity right now in New Jersey is 100 people in the building. So 42 bowlers to a squad. Each bowler gets 1 guest, just so we can make sure we have as many bowlers out on the floor as possible. And yeah, I'm super excited, and it's going to be an absolute blast again.
And I'm going to be there.
Oh yeah.
And
make sure we don't go over 100, but yeah.
We don't want to go over 100. When there is room for me, I will be there, and I will have my 5x7s autographing pictures for my fans if they want.
You might get rid of 3 of them.
I might get rid of 3 of them, but yes, I'm just being funny. But no, this is a great tournament, and with all the rules, everybody's following the rules, so this will be run well and will be nice and safe. It's a great time. It's a week-long tournament now.
Yeah, so be sure to check it out, parkerbohn3.com. You can sign up online, and be sure to join our Facebook page, Parker Bohn the Third Junior Scholarship or Parker Bohn the Third Scholarship Tournament on Facebook as well.
Do you have the screen here? We can pop it up, or no? Do you have a screen ready?
Which one?
Anyone that maybe we just put the website on the screen so people can see it. Do you have one ready to go?
Yeah, I will actually get it right now.
Let me ask you a question, Justin.
Okay.
So, and granted, we have people that watch this from all over the country in different parts of.
So, by the way, here's the website.
Here it comes. Perfect.
So this is what you come to when you get to the homepage. Scroll down just a little bit, sign up online, and it takes you to another link that you can sign up online. Also, PB3 tournament page has a little bit of more information. Sign up online along with past results from last year's event. So if you are interested in that, go to parkerbohn3.com and you can sign up online for this year's event.
Absolutely. So let me ask you a question as a bowler.
Go ahead.
So I started running our little King of the Hills at our local center, right?
Yeah.
If I was to do something like the Teen Masters does, where I said, okay, every 3rd Sunday of the month, we're going to make it where you can only throw 2 bowling balls. You can have a plastic ball or a urethane bowling ball, like limit it off. And then we tweak the pattern. Would you as a bowler be interested in something like that? Would that spark your interest, or would you think this guy is absolutely insane?
Yeah.
Like I'm not going there. What would you think?
I think patterns that we bowl on that are more of a challenge are better. I like bowling on something that is way more skill environment rather than a house shot, personally.
Well, do you understand why I put the house shot out?
Yeah. I have no issue. I'm not against bowling on a house shot at all.
Yeah.
I personally like to bowl on things that are harder.
Absolutely. I agree with you 100%.
More mainly because it's got more prestige. I mean,
no, you're 100% right.
When you look at more events that are normally on patterns, they are normally much more prestigious. So I think you draw some people saying,
so that's what I was wondering.
You only got a plastic ball and make it work.
That's it. So as a bowler, do you think that I would be nuts for trying to do something like that? And do you think I would draw people to if I did it once a month?
Yeah, nothing hurts to try it.
True.
So I think that is something that you'll have to work on, Mike.
Yeah, no, it's a great idea. This tournament was awesome. Like really hearing the ins and outs of it from you guys over the weekend and from Caroline and Bryce tonight, and even your input. It's something that you've never seen anywhere. Like the format is great as the old PBA format, but the pattern and the equipment, it's like throwing it back. It's really It kind of gives you guys a taste of what bowling was like 40 years ago.
Yeah. So, Mike, awesome. I think we're going to wrap this one up.
We're going to wrap it up.
Thank you so much for watching and joining us live with the Teen Masters champions, Caroline Thesier and Bryce Oliver. As for now, go check out buddiesproshop.com. Use coupon code ZONE5 off to save 5% off your next order. As for now, I'm Justin Bohn with my partner, Mike Val. Be sure to check out Justin Bohn on YouTube. Subscribe to the channel. There will be more vlogs coming this weekend at SYC in Indianapolis.
Justin, bowl well this weekend. We're all pulling for you and for Team Bohn, so bring something back to Jersey for us.
Well, I will try my best, Mike.
And we will see everybody
Tuesday.
Tuesday. Goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye.